Hi, I'm Marlissa from Mindful Movement Wellness, and I've had a lot of requests for stretch class, so that's exactly what we're going to do today. Just a few props, really only one, and that's a yoga strap. If you want, you can also use an old karate strap, which I've done before, a TheraBand, if you have it accessible. It does have a little bit more stretch than I would like, so my next best thing would honestly be a towel. Towel's probably gonna be the best bet if you don't have a yoga strap, but try and reach for a yoga strap if you have one. We're gonna set that off to the side for now, and we're gonna do a little bit of breath work first. So anytime throughout this, you can also take just a little bit more of a moment to yourself. Meaning, if there's an area that your body feels that you need to work on a little bit more, stop the video and just stay with it a little bit longer. Of course, you can do this every single day. It's actually a great thing for your body, but it's also great after a workout, so then that way you get everything moving, all that lactic acid in your body as well. So, sitting here, cross your legs with any which way you'd like. Find a comfortable position with your sitting bones sitting into your yoga mat. Inhale, lengthen out, find your neutral spine. Those four gorgeous and natural curves from your cervical spine down to your tailbone. Breathe your rib cage in. Now, as you inhale, let your belly expand, let your rib cage expand. Feel it all the way to your back body. And then exhale everything out. You notice your back body and your front body kind of come together closer. Inhale. Exhale it all out. Inhale. Let your belly release from your abdominal wall as you inhale. Exhale your breath out. 2 more breaths. Option to close your eyes. Shoulders away from your ears. Okay, open up your eyes. You're going to stay in the seated position for just a little bit. If it gets too uncomfortable, you can always kind of move your legs any which way you'd like, but I also like to change it up. Switch the legs so that they are not in the traditional comfortable position that you are usually in when you sit cross-legged. For starters, we're going to take our hands and just reach them forward. Press your palms up and down. Get a little movement in your wrists, and then circle in either direction. Once you've done that in either direction, 2 times, bring the back of your hands together and just kind of let your palms rock back and forth. It's really great to find wrist movement. If you feel any tension in your wrists, it's a really great stretch to do. And then release. You're going to take your right hand to the right side. You're going to reach it out to a comfortable position. And then you're going to take your left hand, press the palm ever so slightly into your head. Drop your right shoulder down and then reach. So think of lifting and then reaching your head over to the side. Drop your left shoulder down. You'll feel a nice stretch right in the side of your neck. Don't worry, we'll come back to this too. Press your palm down. You'll even feel a nice little arm stretch. Take a deep inhale. Exhale. And then switch to the other side. Left hand down, right palm to the side of your face. Reach your fingertips forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach. Feel that relax and lengthen in your neck. Shoulder drops down and come back through center. Take your right hand back where it was on the right side. Inhale, reach your left arm up overhead, drop your shoulder down, and then lengthen up and over to your right side body. Bend your elbow in, square your shoulders, plug your arm on the back into your socket to protect your shoulder girdle. Bend it a little bit more, feel that left side body stretch, reach, 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 reach. Press your left hip down, and then come back through center. Take your left hand to the top of your head, and then gently just tilt your head over to your left. And that's going to really deepen that stretch in your cervical and your neck. Lengthen, really use your breaths. Drop the shoulder down, one more breath. And back through center and release, switch sides. Inhale, reach the right arm up, shoulder drops down. Exhale, lift up and over to your left side, bend the elbow, press your right hip into your mat. Feel your right side body reach long. And don't worry, we're gonna come back to another beautiful side stretch. Pull the abdominals in, breathe your waist and your rib cage back. And then slowly come back through center, hand to your head. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, press it down to your right side. Feel that side stretch in your neck. 2 breaths. And back through center. Nice. All right, so you're gonna take your legs, kick them off to the right side. You can stack them, cross your ankles, go into a deeper side body stretch. Inhale, right hand to the right, left arm up to the sky. Find that same length in your side body. Exhale, reach up and over, gaze towards your ceiling. Feel your side body stretch, stretch, stretch. 2 breaths, inhale. Pull the belly button in, exhale. And then rotate to your right. Pull your shoulders square, down your back. And then come back, twisting through center. Reach your left arm overhead, and then flow back through center. Switching legs. Bring your legs to your left side. And cross your ankles. Left hand out to your left, right arm up to the sky. Drop the shoulder down. Lift up and over, lengthen. Press your hips into your mat, especially your right hip. Open up to gaze to the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, reach your fingertips further. Rotate to your left. Square your shoulders, especially that right shoulder. Pull it back down. And then slowly rotate, arm up, and flow back. All right, so this next one you're gonna need your yoga strap for, and you can do a couple different options. So I like to do a little more metatarsal stretch here for your toes, but if it gets too uncomfortable or if you have really, really tight hamstrings, then you can just come down like so, or you can come back into that crisscross position. Otherwise, curl your toes under and then have a seat with your booty onto your heels. This is really great to stretch out the feet and your toes, but if it gets too uncomfortable, it's too much for you, take a modification. All right, so, let me look this up just a little bit. That way you can see all of me in the picture. Kind of get an idea of what we're going for. There we go. So you're sitting onto your metatarsals. Inhale, take that strap nice and wide. Reach it up overhead, lift up, shoulders drop down. You're gonna take a nice side stretch to the right, press your left hip towards your heel, back through center, over to the left, ears over shoulders, over ribs, over hips, until you side stretch back through center. Last one to the right. Back through center. Up and over to that left. And back through center. Keep your hands nice and wide on your strap and then reach it behind you. Find a little baby extension. Gaze up towards the ceiling and through center. One more time, open up your gaze, feel your pecs, get that release, that stretch, and come back through center. You can take your hands wider if you need to, otherwise reach your arms back as far as you are able to. You can always take that strap or towel back behind you and just do this. Gaze forward, find that expansion in your chest, and slowly release. take that strap overhead and pull down on it. So right hand has the strap at the top, bend your elbow in half, pull down, feel a little tricep release. And then as you hold this position, pull your rib cage and your spine towards that strap. Inhale and exhale. Switch sides, reach the arms overhead, bend the left elbow in half, pull the strap with your right hand. Get that elbow as close to your head as possible. And inhale, exhale, release. Nice. You're going to take yourself and just throw that strap to the side. For a nice little stretch here, I want you to bring your feet onto your mat, heels glue together. You're going to lift up onto your high tippy toes. Really, you should just stop at the ball out of your foot, but I say high tippy toes because you're going to lift your heels up nice and high, press into all four corners of your feet. So you want to essentially have your heels glued together and then the ball mount of your foot is pressing equally into your mat. Hands onto the floor. You're going to inhale. This is great for your hamstrings. Lift your hips up high, 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 and then lower your heels to the best of your ability. And then lower your legs, bend through your knees, lift your heels up. Gaze back forward. Inhale, lift your hips up towards the ceiling, high, high, high. You can always keep your heels lifted if your hamstrings are tight, otherwise lower your heels onto the ground. Let your head hang. And then slowly bend it back down. Lift your heels. All right, we're gonna come onto our mat, stepping our right leg forward. Keeping our knee in line with our hip. This is a great psoas stretch. All right, so you're gonna take yourself, squaring your hips forward, knee right over your ankle, lengthen out from here, right knee over ankle, left knee underneath your left hip. And you're gonna tip your pelvis under, so you're gonna pull the abdominals in, scoop your tailbone under like you're tucking a tail, and then reach your arm up to the ceiling, and then take your left hand to the outside of your thigh. It's okay, I'm not balanced today, and that's totally fine. Rotate. Pull your right hip into your left inner thigh. So you're squeezing your hip bones together. Squeeze it in. And then rotate, keep the pelvis tipped under. And flow back through center, find your neutral spine. You're gonna take your left leg behind your hip. If you need to, you can fold the back mat of your half underneath in order to create a little bit more cushion for your knee. Or if you have that towel, you can also place that onto your knee. So keep your right knee tracking over your ankle. Press your left hand into your left gluteal, your butt cheek. And then press the hips forward. Allow the hip to really open. Inhale. Exhale, lunge deeper. And then slowly release your hand to your hip, lengthen, and come back. Switching sides, left foot forward. Remember to set yourself up like 2 90-degree angles. So right knee underneath your right hip, and then left knee underneath your, or that left knee is over your left ankle. Tuck the pelvis under, so really feel like you're actively gaining a stretch in your hip flexor, and then pull the navel in, right arm up, and over to the outside of your left thigh. Optional, reach that left arm up if you can keep that balance. Otherwise, you can always place it at your hip. And just rotate while keeping your pelvis tucked under. Pull your belly button in. Love this one. Afterwards, it feels so good. And then slowly come back through center. Hands to your mat. Sweep your right leg back behind you. It's going to come past your hip, and then you're going to, if you need to, you can take your hands to your thigh to come up. Reminding yourself that your knee stays tracked over the ankle. Left leg stays where it is. Right knee is behind your right hip, and you're just going to lunge into your left leg. Right hand to your right booty. Yes, and press the hip forward. Oh, it's gonna feel so different on each side. Hug your inner thighs in. So almost feel like your right hip is wrapping towards your left inner thigh. And then press into this. Really lift up and out of your back body. That will almost feel like you're gaining even more of a stretch, but you're also gonna avoid sinking into your low back. Inhale, exhale, right hand to hip, and then come back out of this. All right, so we're gonna move up the wall. I'm gonna move you up with me. So then that way, we can do a little bit more with our shoulder opening. So, all right, you'll be able to see more of the wall. You're gonna take your right hand to a stable wall or surface. You're gonna reach your arm back behind you, and you're gonna walk up to the wall as best as you possibly can while keeping that arm in line. If you need to, you can go a little bit lower, but ideally you want your arm back behind you in line with your shoulder. And you might have to work towards this, but work yourself towards that wall, almost laying your shoulder on that wall. Feet are hips distance apart right underneath you. Gain that length and breathe. It's a tough one. It's intense, but oh my goodness, the changes that you'll see in the shoulders are incredible. And then hold this. Turn your palm to face outward and press back into that wall. It's good. Opening up your shoulders. And release. Before we go into the other side, you might somewhat be able to notice a difference, but you should feel it in your shoulders. Before we go to the other side, you're gonna take your hands nice and wide on your wall, reach your hips back, and then slowly dive your chest forward, soft bend to your knees, reach your hip creases. So the hip creases reach away from your chest, and then you're gonna find yourself in a nice chest opener. And then slowly come back up. You're gonna switch sides. So you're taking your left hand back behind you. Try and get it as best as you can in line with your shoulder. If you need to go below, it's fine. And then walk into your wall. You might not be able to. This side is a lot tighter for me. So this one I have a little bit of trouble because you want to draw the shoulder down your back. Really keeping that shoulder into that socket. Breathing here. And then turn the palm to face towards the center of the room. This is where it's tighter for me. Breathing in, staying here as long as you need to. Ground all four corners of your feet into the floor. Standing up nice and tall. And release. One more time for a chest opener. Reach your hips back. Feel that light up the back of your hamstrings. And lift. You guys are all done. Like I said, take this as long as you need to. If there's a few exercises that need to be focused on a little bit more for you and your body, do so. Listen to your body. It is the biggest tool that you have, and it's your strongest tool that you can use. Listen to your body and have a beautiful day. Thank you.